Hi friends, I welcome you all at Crack Grade B. In my previous video, we have discussed some important highlights of Kurukshetra magazine, June 2021. This is the part second of my previous video. We have covered some portion, some percentage of this magazine, and in this magazine we are covering some part of this Kurukshetra magazine, and this is part 2. Before moving ahead, I would like to inform you that we have prepared a NABARD Grade A course at ₹2499 only. We are covering economic and social issues static part, government scheme from ministry and websites, agriculture and rural development static parts. We are covering current affairs from PIB, Yojana and Kurukshetra. We are covering all important reports, indexes from national and international institutions. We are covering agriculture statistics. We are covering RBI and NABARD website circulars, reports. Moreover, we are giving 5 ESI and ARD mock test for phase 1 and phase 2. If you want to purchase our course, you can visit our website, that is www.crackgradeb.com. Friends, the in my previous videos, we have covered some growth related things for rural and agriculture sector. In second part of this magazine, there are some topic which was related to rural and agriculture development of India, and one of the most important topic was fostering growth in rural India. As we all know that our Honorable Prime Minister has given Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. So, what is the meaning of this? There are some division between rural and urban India. So, government wants to give some balance between this urban and rural area. How they are doing in this article, we will see what government is doing to balancing this urban and rural area of our country. Actually, the focus on the village economy attests to the shifting center of economic activity in India, as tier 2nd and tier 3 cities and town take the lead in innovation and business excellence. As we all know that most of the corporate like a big firm like NTPC, public sectors, they are shifting their offices from tier 1 cities to tier 2nd and tier 3rd cities. In this article, government has updated this Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. Actually, this Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana seeks to provide all-weather access to eligible unconnected habitation, is a physical embodiment of this bridge. At present, government has covered 1,62,640 road works totaling 6,63,972 kilometers have been completed under this Prime Minister Gram Sadak Yojana. We can know this scheme. In short, this is the scheme run by the central government to provide all-weather access to eligible unconnected habitant, is a physical embodiment of this bridge. What is the meaning of this physical embodiment? The rural and urban divide. There is a bridge, there is a gap between this rural and urban area. So these types of development will create a bridge and develop the rural economy, rural area of our country. Okay. Then government has launched a scheme, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin. This is also a steps taken by the government for this fostering growth in rural area. So in this scheme, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin, the government aims to provide housing to all by 2022. Under this Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin, they provide a Pakka house with basic amenities to all eligible houseless persons and those household living in Kacha and dilapidated house. What is the current position of this scheme? The scheme provides unit assistance of 1.20 lakh in the plain area. It has been recently increased from 70,000 and between 75,000 to 1.3 lakh in hilly states, difficult area and integrated action plan district. So this is also the government steps taken for this fostering rural growth in our country. What government is doing for Digital India? There is a very important information given in this magazine. As of January 2021, there are over 530 million rural telephone subscribers are in India. Now what is the share of rural subscriber? The share of rural subscriber is nearly 45% of the total subscriber in our country. For Digital India, government has also launched this Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. There are some briefing given in this magazine. This scheme was launched in 2014. What are the objectives of this scheme? This scheme provides universal access to banking facilities with at least one basic banking account for every household, financial literacy, access to credit, insurance and pension. In 2018, the goal of reaching every household was revised to every adult. Important information. You can have any question on this topic. NABARD can give you a question like this, like what are the features of this Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, and in one of the option he has put this scheme for every household, but in 2018 it has been revised to every adult. So remember this point, this is not for every household, it is for every adult. Don't confuse in any question regarding feature of this Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. Now what are the current status of this Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana? It has 42.31 crore beneficiaries with a total of rupees 1,43,297.8 crore balance in beneficiary account. Among these, 7.59 crore have account in regional rural banks with deposit totaling of rupees 27,322.7 crore. So these are some facts, these are some data, these are some recent data of this Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. Now, what government is doing for employment and skills development? In this magazine, the author has discussed all these points. They have discussed about Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. In 2020 and 21, the center has disbursed rupees 77,849.119 crore in the form of wages. The Manrega schemes cover 740 districts and 2,68,983 gram panchayats. So these data itself shows that government is doing some employment generation program in rural area. What they will do, if a person will get employment under this Manrega Act, they will get some income. If they will get some income, their per capita income will increase, and as the income of the rural person will increase, it will foster the growth of the rural area. The Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushal Yojana, this is the scheme for skill development. Under this scheme, India, albeit with a focus on the youth population age between 15 and 35, 69%, that is 180 million, live in rural areas. The objective of this DDU-JKY, scheme is to bring income diversity to rural families and to cater youth aspiration from these households. There was another topic. The topic name was expanding economic activities. What government is doing for expansion of the economic activities so the standard of our rural areas, rural person can be upgraded, can be increased. First of all, the information is giving, according to the Economic Survey 2020 and 21, the share of agriculture in gross domestic product has reached almost 20%. It is 90.8 or 9%. So approximately it is 20% for the first time in the last 17 years. Important points, friends, आप इसको note करें. The last time the contribution of the agriculture sector in GDP was at 20% in 2003 and 2004. There are some facts for this expanding economic activities. There are some facts given in this magazine for economic activities. First of all, the agriculture and allied activities clocked a growth of 3.4% at constant price during 2020 and 21. This is a growth. The agri export from India is likely to reach the target of $60 billion by the year 2020. So it is also an important highlight. A major export destination can be USA, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Nepal and Bangladesh. What are the major products from this agriculture area? The marine products, rice, buffalo meat. It is exported to the Saudi Arabian, Middle East countries. Spices, cotton raw, oil meals, sugar, castor oil and the tea. These are the major products which can be exported to these countries which I have given in this line. Now, the government has said, what government is doing? The government has set the food grain production target 307.3 million tons for the year 2021 and 22. This is up by 1.3% from last year estimated food grain production of 303.3 million tons. And there is a comfort level regarding the availability of farm inputs including seeds, fertilizers. Moreover, the production of the horticulture crops in India has been estimated at record of 320.48 million metric tons in financial year 2020 as per the second advance estimate. India has the largest livestock population. It is around 535.78 million, which translate to around 31% of the world's. Moreover, milk production in the country is set to increase to 208 metric ton in the financial year 21 from 198 metric ton in financial year 2020, registering a growth of 10% year-on-year basis. What about this sugar? India's sugar production rose by 20% to 258.6 lakh ton till March 13 on higher cane production. Last year, this figure was 87.16 lakh ton sugar was produced compared to 84.25 lakh ton so far this year up to March. So these are some facts which can contribute in expanding of our economic activity. Now, what are the road aheads need to expand our economic activities? First of all, agriculture, farmers. Agriculture and farmers are the major player in our growth. So, first of all, for this expanding economic activity, government is targeting doubling farm income by 2022. The most important part is our food and processing industry. Food and processing industry is growing 10 to 12% year on year basis. The most important issue with this food and processing sector is safety and quality. So, government has taken some important initiative for this food safety, like they have introduced total quality management including ISO 9000, ISO 22000, hazard analysis and critical control points HACCP, and good manufacturing practices, good hygiene practices. What about this fishery sector? Government is planning a target of $9 million in the fisheries sector under this PM Matsya Sampada Yojana. This is a target for next 5 years. And the government is also planning to raise fish production to 220 lakh ton by 2024-25. So now I can ask you, what is the target of the government for fish production under this PM Matsya Sampada Yojana? So your answer will be 220 lakh ton by 2024-25. Okay. Now what are the steps taken by the government to become 5 trillion economy? Government is thinking to become 5 trillion economy. The first and most important steps government has taken self-reliant or Atmanirbhar. The government has given the rural infrastructure fund his increase to 40,000 crore. The amount of micro irrigation fund created under this NABARD doubled to rupees 10,000 crore for 2021 and 22. Government has launched Operation Green Scheme, and it has been widened to include 22 perishable products. 1,000 more mandis are being linked to the e-Nam. So these are some activities government has taken in agriculture sector to become 5 trillion economy. A production linked incentive scheme of rupees 11,000 crore which the industry can avail. It is duration for 6 years from 2021 to 2020 and 26 and 27. Under this Operation Green Scheme, 50% subsidy is being provided on transport of all fruit and vegetable through Kisan Rail. 1 lakh odd micro food processing unit in the country need to be strengthened. These are the target to become 5 trillion economy by the government. Friends, do you know that micro, small and medium enterprises play a very significant role in development, in GDP, in growth, in export of our country? The share in the national gross value added is about 32% by these MSMEs, and they provide employment to about 111 million workers. A share of MSMEs related product in export at about 48% during 2018 and 19. The government is gearing to increase their contribution to 75% and the gross value added to 50%. It projects to generate job for about 150 million workers. Right now 111 million workers, and they are target to 150 million workers by raising by increasing the share of MSME in export GDP growth in GDP. The most important point, there are some things like smart things like IoT, like data science, like machine learning. So these are some information and communication technology which can be introduced, which can be added in this MSMEs for further pushing the effort which is given by the government to increasing the share of the MSMEs in our GDP. There are some other initiatives taken by the government, like the concept of provision of urban amenities in rural areas pura needs to be relooked. The government has also launched initiatives like Make in India, Startup India, Mudra Bank, Skill India. So there is a need to identify areas for developing rural hubs based on resources, market and infrastructure. So friends, this was all highlights of Kurukshetra magazine 2021. I have taken some important punch points from this magazine, and I have covered mostly all the points in this video. I will come up with next video of various highlights of the Yojana magazine. So till then, happy learning. Thank you. पढ़ते रहिए, मेहनत करते रहिए.